I totally forgot that today's Sunday, so that means it's Spiritual Sunday. And I forgot to do a video for last Sunday. And I was just going to do a video on the let them theory, but then I was like, wait a second, I haven't really done a video on Spiritual Sunday like I was supposed to do, what I promised myself I was going to do. So I have a bunch of card decks here. I feel like I've used this one a lot. This is the Saints and Angels Oracle deck, so I feel like I'm going to put that one away. And so that one's going to go there. And I think this one I'm going to use as the helper card, just for like clarification, if possible. We'll see. But the decks I'm going to use is the Earth Blessings Oracle card deck, the Sacred Destiny Oracle card deck, and the Ask Your Guides Oracle card deck. So we're just going to hop straight into it, so I'm not going to dilly-dally because I do want to record another video. So let's get right into it. I am going to try, when I would watch card readings online, one of my biggest pet peeves was when the reader would not show them shuffling, because I was like, how do I know that they're really being truthful and authentic and genuine with the reading, right? So I told myself I'm going to, if I ever did like a card reading online, I would go ahead and, oh look, one came out already. I would shuffle. So I'm not the best shuffler. So let's see. I don't know if I want to take this one. No, I'm not going to take that one. Sometimes I feel like it'll be right. Two already popped out, but hey. No. I think maybe we'll just go with those two. I don't know. Let's see if there's anything else. I agree with that one. Anything else? Oh, whoa. That's a lot. Okay, we'll just keep those. Why not? Okay, that's all I'm going to give. Some of these I actually have never pulled, so I know that that's an important message. So we'll leave those there. I'm putting them down right next to me, and I will show them on the camera what those are. And then the bottom of the deck, I always like to reference the bottom of the deck, because I always say, like, so when you consider, like, I don't know too much about astrology, but I do know that, like, the sun is, like, what's outwardly being expressed. And I feel like my shorts are, these shorts, I just got them from Stitch Fix. They're a little big, but they're, so if you see, like, this sticking out, just I'm trying to, I'll go like that. But yeah, the sun is kind of what's supposed to represent what's out there, which is, I equate that to like the top of the deck of what comes out, and then the bottom of the deck is like the underlying message, like the hidden message. So like in tarot, I don't know how to read tarot. I do have like a book on, like a beginner's book, but I have yet to read it from like top to bottom. I got it from Five Below, actually, the store Five Below. I think I got it in Miami a few years ago. But I do know, like, in tarot, the moon is, like, it means, like, what's underneath the surface, like, hidden messages, mystery, intrigue, stuff like that. So, that's that. So, there is a card at the bottom that is kind of indicative of that. And then now we're going to go to the Sacred Destiny deck. By the way, as stated, this is a collective message, just in general, like, a general reading. Oh, my gosh! Ah! They just, like, popped out. I don't know, I guess I'm gonna take, I don't know, those, whatever, but two popped out. I don't know if there's any, they just literally, I mean, you could see they fell out, so. Oh, man. I feel bad that I haven't done this, like, the past, I don't know if it's a week and a half or 2 weeks. Do I want to take this one? I guess I could take it. It's just, I don't know. Okay, we'll do that. We'll keep those. Oh, I am seeing a pattern. Oh, look, another one popped out. I love, oh my god, this happened, I think, in the last reading I did. I forgot, I gotta go back to it, but in that last reading, it said, like, there were so many congruencies and parallels between the different decks. Like, they were basically repeating the same message in different decks. I just don't remember what that message was. Oh, it was about traveling or something, like, I don't know. Anyways, okay, so we did, that was the Sacred Destiny deck. Now we're going to do the Ask Your Guides one by Sonia Choquette. We're going to do that one. bum, 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 bum. This is the back of this one. Okay, let's go see what the messages are for. No, I don't want to take that one. That was, sometimes I want to take them and sometimes I don't. Maybe we'll take that one. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, there's some interesting messages here. This might be for me, it might be for someone else. I don't know. I'm going to pull one more card. Interesting stuff here. This is interesting reading. I'm gonna go with it. There's just a bunch of cards coming out, and I'm gonna try to do as best I can. Okay, I think that's enough. Right? That's a lot of cards. Okay, we'll put there. Okay, there we go. That works. We'll stop there. Let's begin. So the first deck, as I mentioned, was the Earth Blessings Oracle card. I do kind of see a message of like trust in the process. Get creative. Creativity is a big factor. Trust is a big factor. Another parallel with the word success. Success came out in both, like, two different decks. Creativity, inspiration. Those are kind of like the main themes overall. There is a kind of, not negative, but in one of the decks there's kind of this idea of opposition and deceit, exhaustion, overthinking, endings to deceit. But a lot of coming into your own leadership, forward movement is kind of like the idea, which I should probably write that down as I'm saying this because I'm going to forget. Creativity, forward movement. I have my notebook here because when I think of like what to put for the title, that's kind of what I'm. Oh my god! I need a new notebook. Creativity. Creativity, moving forward, for forward movement. Feel free to write this down as I'm writing it down. Forward movement, creativity. Success, for creativity leads to success, perseverance, clearing out the cobwebs, I guess, like clearing out negative energy, stepping into your power. Okay, here we go. That's kind of, trust the process. Trust in yourself. Trust the process. I really hope this records, because if it doesn't record, bro, I'm gonna be really sad. Artistry. See, creativity and artistry, that came out too. With what resonates with you. Okay. Here we go. Let's start. So we have, from the Earth Blessings Oracle cards deck, it says, inspired, may you realize the potential. I'm just going to read it in order. I'm going to try to hold it up as I say it. Change, may you bless the turning of the leaves. I'll go in this order. So this one, trust, may you take this leap of faith. And resonance, may you tune into nature's song, so with what resonates with you. Artistry, may you find harmony and order. I think those are like raindrops. Those look like raindrops. And then intention. And then on the back of the deck we have, it says miracle, and there's like a rainbow. And I did shuffle this, so you see I shuffled it. May a miracle come to you. Oh, why is this one upside down? Okay. It seems pretty straightforward, to be honest. Where is it? I'm trying, wait, it was inspired, change, trust, resonance, artistry, intention. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I think it's like be inspired to make the change and make a change. Be the change, trust in the process of that, like take the leap of faith, right? I'm not sure why they put a tree on there. There's actually vultures in the tree, bro. I never noticed that until now. There's literally vultures in this tree, but they're like watching, they're like overlooking the field. Inspired, change, trust. I think if you're inspired to do something, do it. Trust that's trust in that process, or trust in the change that's coming into your life, as uncertain or ambiguous as it may seem. This is interesting. Resonance, artistry, intention. So I'm getting this a lot for if you're someone like me, if you're like I consider myself to be a creative soul. Like I can't do, there's some people that are meant to do like traditional jobs and stuff like that, and finally at 33 I've come to the conclusion that really isn't for me. Like I'm very much like I resonate more with like the artistry aspects of life and stuff like that, and because I love art. Like I did dance. Let me close this door, hold on. Sorry, River. Oh my, so interesting, I just stood up and some cards fell out, so I'm gonna take them. Hold on. Literally a bunch of cards came out, and they might be relevant, so I'm gonna take them. This might be a really long reading, I apologize. Funny, you can't, my dog wants to jump up on my bed now. I cannot do that right now. Sorry if my butt is being exposed. I'm sorry. I apologize. Charm. Okay. Embrace, rest. Kindred. Resourceful. I don't know. Kindred. You enjoy heartfelt connections. Okay. Embrace, rest. I'm gonna take it. Why not? Embrace, rest, kindred. Oh, please don't fall more. God just has a bunch of messages today on a Sunday. Stronger. Oh, miracle. That was the one. So, okay, let's take that one too. Stronger, kindred, resourceful, embrace, rest, miracle. Look how funny the bottom, what leaves is miracle and divine. Those are the two that literally, when it fell out on the floor, it says miracle and divine. This is a really pretty card. Divine glow. It says divine. We're taking it. Let's take it. God, I love when messages just like, like everything. Speaking of divine, I'm drinking out of my cup that says, if all you have is God, you have all you need. Cheers. Oh, I'm finally drinking coffee. I just realized I haven't been drinking any coffee while I've been recording videos, and I finally am drinking coffee. Because the reason why I called it Coffee and Cuppies was because I wanted to do, make it seem like a normal conversation, but I'm drinking coffee or having a cupcake or like something sweet. I do have Oreos. I did buy a bunch of Oreos. Oh, I did make Blondie bars too, but I ate that earlier. I made them there. So a Blondie bar, if you've never had one, it's like almost like, imagine a cookie bar, but there's like M&Ms inside it. So yeah, I did that. But I already ate it earlier, so I'm not gonna bring my Blondie bar, but I will have a sip of my coffee. I should heat this up though. I feel like I drink coffee cold so much. And it's not coffee like American coffee, it's café con leche, so it's Cuban coffee. It's different. Okay. Let's keep going. So, I don't want to be flashing people. And this is not the appropriate platform to flash anybody. I was like, I want to be appropriate, especially YouTube. YouTube, I don't know what's allowed on YouTube. I'm surprised that you can curse on YouTube, to be honest. Let me sit up straight. I feel like I'm sitting so like schlumpy. I'm sitting like this. I'm like, I need to put my shoulders back. Okay, I'm sitting very ballet style. This is called, well, you do port-a-bras. Port-a-bras is when you do front and then you do back and side. But we're not doing ballet right now. We're doing card reading. So, getting back. So, yes, inspired, change, trust. Trust in the change. If you're inspired to do something, do it. Don't be afraid of that change. Do something that resonates with you. If you're into like some form of artistry as well. And intention. May you be resonance, artistry, intention. Do something that resonates with you, that you are intentional about, if that makes sense. So I'm getting the vibes, heavy vibes, like if there's something that's within your soul that you feel called to do, that's like more on the creative side of things, like the not so traditional, like the unconventional, I would say do that. And if you do, this is apparently, so like I said, the back of the deck is miracle. So if you think that it won't happen, it can. You just have to you have to be intentional about it, right? And then actually another card that fell out on the floor was resourceful. So I'm going to take this out here. This came out resourceful. So I'm going to put this here with that one. So resonance, artistry, intention, resourceful. So be resourceful about this, whatever this new project, this new endeavor that you're going after. Be resourceful about it and trust in the process, and use that inspiration and that motivation to act as a catalyst to drive you to create that change, whatever it is. Or it may not be artistry. It could just be something within you internally that you want to change about yourself. So, and then once you do this, you put in the work to do whatever resonates with you and moves you, like I would say dancing or something, but maybe not dance, but it could be something else. It could be music, it could be a business or whatever. It says divine glow. Literally, it came out like this, divine glow, and they're both beautiful cards. Like these are beautiful cards, and it says divine glow. So you will glow, and you will step into your divine power as well. What also came out after, it says stronger, kindred, embrace, rest. So I take this so stronger. May you find your roots wherever you walk. So whatever it is that you're inspired to do, it's going to make you stronger. I'm going to add it over here. I might take a picture of this reading actually for me, because this is kind of like helpful. I believe that we're all interconnected in a certain way. So like what my words may help you in some way. I don't know. Kindred, embrace, rest. Kindred, may you enjoy heartfelt connections. Embrace, may you accept what comes. Rest, may you find moments of serenity. This is almost like you're putting in the work, you're doing all this stuff, you're being resourceful, you're being inspired, you're doing the change, you're engaging in artistry, you're doing what you love, and this is the result of what's going to come out of that. The divine glow, kindred connections, embracing those connections, right? And then resting in that peace and that serenity. Look how pretty this card. Oh my god. I wish I was here. I wish I was here. that looks like a lovely lake or pier. That looks like a beautiful beach. You know, I'm getting a lot of like beach vibes here. Water is actually really good. Like water is actually very symbolic of like purity and transformation and cleansing. A lot of people like to live, speaking of which, body of water. Water is very like, what's the word? Like it's well, that's why like in Christianity when we talk about like a baptism, why did John the Baptist right put, dunk when you get dunked or doused in water? It's because it purifies your soul essentially. When you're baptized, you're ridding yourself of all sin and impurities and whatever, and then you're starting fresh. Because the water is essentially supposed to act like this catalyst for like purification, right? And also, I think majority. Echo, what percentage of our body is water?
The amount of water in the human body depends on a person's age and weight, among other
I
factors.
think it's like
However,
No, it
water
should be
makes up between 60 to 70% of the average adult human's body.
60 to 70% of a human's body. So when you think about like the earth and the gravitational pull of things, the effect, right? And like when you think of the moon, right? That affects the waves and stuff like that, right? Like the lunar cycle. I don't know. That just came to me because literally there's a moon in here. And then the sun is setting over here. There's a lot of water in this reading. There's water in this picture, right? There's a waterfall. When you did, by the way, FYI, if you're someone that's not, if you're new to card reading, you can literally take it for matter of fact, like what it says on here, like with the words, but then you go deeper and then you're like, okay, what is this trying to explain or exemplify, right? So this is water. This looks like Niagara Falls, actually. And then you have more water over here. Those are waves, right? That says resonance. There's water in here from raindrops. That's like a ripple effect, right? There's one little leaf floating in there. Intention. That looks like ice. Ice is also water when you think about it. Right? But that's what I think is going on, is like divine glow, kindred, heartfelt connections, rest, that kind of vibe. So maybe this is someone telling you maybe you need to go by a body of water. Maybe you need to move somewhere where there's water. Or near water. Clear. I was going to say clear water. There's water on the deck, bro. There's water on the deck. Or maybe go somewhere where there's a deck. I don't know. Hey, if you ever want to go to Miami's a great place, has water. Miami's very eclectic and culturally diverse. If you're not someone who likes fast-paced living and lots of traffic and horn honking and many different dialects of Spanish, don't move there. There's other places that have bodies of water or beaches. So, but yeah, that's what I would say. That's what's coming out from the Earth Blessings Oracle deck. Trust the process, get creative, be intentional, be resourceful. Moving on to the Sacred Destiny Oracle card deck. It says, so we have our new beginnings. We have going forward. These two popped out like immediately. This one's so worn out. I feel like I've seen this card so much. Going forward, power. That's like a legit thunderstorm card, bro. Power. I'm gonna read what that one means because I remember I read it like a year and a half ago. So power, and then it says wisdom, thriving. I like that card. It says giraffe on it, and success. So pretty straight. And then the back of the deck says trust. Okay, it says so. Trust is here on the back, and then it says trust. Adventures. That looks like a Costa Rica tropical adventure situation. Healing chaos. Community. Purity. I like this one because it's like communities. This is what's on the back of the deck. Blessings. And I'm just going to take one more. It says leadership. Oh wait, actually I take it back. There's leadership and protection. There's a few cards that popped out here. They're really pretty. I just love it because it's like artwork. Look at that. It's like artwork. Who illustrated this? I want to know who illustrated this. I don't know. Okay, anywho. Let's get back to what I was saying. New beginnings, going forward, power, wisdom, thriving, success. That's pretty straightforward. Stepping into your power, tapping into divine wisdom. You'll be successful, I guess, by doing that. Let's read with it, because that's pretty straightforward. So, and it's funny because me, like, so if this was a message for me, I would say, like, or anyone else, I'm very much a person, I have trouble saying no. I'm very much a people pleaser. I'm trying to get better at that. I also used to be very afraid of confrontation. Like I never wanted to stir the pot or ruffle feathers because I felt like I don't know. It was just it would cause chaos, conflict. So like if I saw something going on, this would be years ago. If I saw something going on that was unethical or immoral, like in a workplace, or a customer doing something, like when I was a server doing something to someone else, I would be more like, or no, how about this, like a coworker. Like I've seen so many coworkers, like when I've worked in serving, engage in like, can I say this on YouTube? In drug use. Like I legit, when I was a server, I mean, Adderall is not really, well, yeah, it is considered bad if you're, it is considered bad if you're like divvying it out, like, without, like, if it, like, put it this way, when I was a server, there were people that would do drugs, like, I think cocaine and like Adderall, like in the bathroom and like behind the scenes, you know, I used to call the dining room the main stage, and then I used to say the back of house, like the kitchen was the backstage, right? Because when you're a server and you go out on the floor, you have to put a smile on your face. I did my very best at all times, even when I felt like shit and I was tired. I still tried to be true to who I was. But a lot of the servers, what I've realized is that they will fake it, and they will pretend to be, I don't know, something that they're not. Or like a lot of them would drink a lot of energy drinks all the time. Like I'm talking, these people drank Red Bulls, Monsters, whatever, you know. And I never did. I never touched any drugs, never did any of that. I drank my café con leche. I did drink coffee. And I did drink Coca-Cola because I had a caffeine in it, but I never once did like I've literally been offered Adderall before, like, here, do you want, and I'm like, no, and I don't have a prescription for that. And that person was just divvying it out, like, and I was like, nope. And mind you, this made them really great servers, but my point is that I was never one, I was the type of person, I wouldn't say, oh no, don't do that, like the popo, like the drug police. I was basically like the kind of person that was like, you know, you shouldn't do that because it's going to hurt the lining of your nose, you know, because I did work in medicine before that time, so I knew, like, you know, and it does, because anyone that does cocaine or drugs, it ruins your nasal cavity, right? And whenever you hear people go all the time, you know that there's, like, unless they have really bad allergies, but, you know, or if you see someone has a sudden burst of energy and they're like, yeah, that was, like, the immediate sign I knew someone was doing something like that. But I wasn't the type of coworker to be like, you shouldn't be doing that. You're going to get whatever. I was like, I came from a more empathetic and compassionate approach. So, yeah. But this card, I'm going to look up what it means. Hold on. I'm going to put power. Mountain thunder. I'm just gonna, it says, okay, let me hold it up. This is what it says here. Okay, hold on. Like the fist of God thrusting up toward the heavens, the stark, ragged mountain holds firm as thunderbolts crash down on all sides. The sound is deafening as it echoes from mountain peak to mountain peak. Mountains represent strength, power, and permanence, as well as being a potent symbol for attaining spiritual heights as they extend into the sky toward the heavens. Thunder and lightning traditionally represent surging power, enlightenment, and revelations of divine matters. Thunder ignites our deeper self and activates our primal and deep emotions. Together, the mountain and thunder symbolize immense power, vitality, and strength. The sacred landscape wants you to know this is your time. This is the time to claim your power and step into your potential. This doesn't necessarily mean that you will be without fear. You might feel uncertain, but do it anyways. Be courageous. Let the world hear your voice. Take a stand. Stand up for yourself and for others. Share your passion. Teach from the heart. Write, and your words will have great meaning. Hold your body as if you are incredibly valiant, noble, and brave. After all, you are. That's what it says. So, move forward. Go forward with power. Be brave and step into, like, I guess it says new beginnings. And then with that, you will thrive, right? It says thrive. And achieve, you know, great wisdom and success. It's pretty straightforward. And then after that, the back of the deck said trust. I think it's just the same thing as here. It says trust. Look, they're both trees. Trust in the process. It says adventures, healing chaos. So if there's been any sort of discomfort, uncertainty, chaos, corruption, if you will. There's like butterflies flying around that. It looks like a twister, crazy storm, thunderstorm situation, but there's still butterflies throughout the storm, right? Kind of like staying calm within the storm. Community, purity. This gives me heavy, like, community, pure, like weeding out, like getting rid of what no longer serves you, cleaning out, cutting ties with people in your community or in your social circle that no longer serve you. That kind of vibe. Blessings, leadership. Standing up for yourself and in your power will bring you great blessings and success. So, and protection. You have, if you are, that means you have divine protection. Because if you look at this picture, this is a tree, right? And there's lightning coming down towards the tree, and you would think that could break a tree in half, right? But it's not. It's pretty grounded and resolute and strong. So, remain grounded and deeply rooted in your foundation or whatever keeps you strong. And even if you're met with, like, I don't know, chaos, whatever, you'll be unshakable, essentially, is what you'll be, invincible or impervious to any sort of I don't know, harm, maliciousness, what have you. So that's that. Moving on to the next one. So this is the next deck, is the Ask Your Guides Oracle card deck. This one. The first card out was really interesting, actually. So these were the first cards out. The first four. It's a deceit, work, ending, celebration. I'm gonna see what, so I am gonna, the order of this is interesting, because you would think, I want to almost put it this way. Work, ending, celebration. I almost want to read it like this: deceit, ending, work, celebration. That vibe, but I don't know, we'll see. I want to read what ending says. Ending number 45, it says, ending, leaving, termination, divorce, end of the line. You are in a bad situation and nothing good can come from continuing. It is undeniably time to move on, whether from a bad marriage, an unhealthy relationship, a lousy job, living in the wrong location, or simply not feeling connected any longer to where you are and what you are doing. However, a quick escape will only make things worse. What is called for now is a grounded decision to move on with an honest, open admission and acceptance that things have come to an end here for you. Clearly communicate to all involved that you are ready to leave. This does not mean running off with the first person who pays attention to you before ending your current relationship, or walking off a job, leaving coworkers who count on you in the lurch without proper and fair notice. Instead, inform those involved of your plans to move on. Treat them with respect and go with dignity rather than slip away and say nothing. Just time for you to move on, but want to assist you in leaving properly. Ask your nature spirit to help summon your highest self and treat everyone involved, blah, blah, blah. So basically ending a situation. But here it says deceit. This is what came out. Deceit, ending, work, celebration. And then after that it says new life, opposition. So that's a dichotomy, because new life and opposition, those are two very distinct. One's positive and one's more negative. Right? Or opposition, let me see. Or opposing forces. Life force. New life, opposition, life force. Clearing, rescue. Surprise, creativity, unconditional love. The back of the deck says success, balance, rest, prayer. Success, balance, rest. Surprise. See, that goes along with surprise, creativity, because this is the bottom of the thing. It says surprise, creativity, unconditional love. So surprise, creativity, unconditional love. So something, surprise. I will read that after. Deceit, ending, work, celebration. Let's read what deceit says. I'm so curious. Number 2. Oh wait, that's a wrong book. Ah! This one, man, that was the most unattractive sound. Like, ah! Oh man, then I wonder why I'm single sometimes. Or sometimes I don't think people can handle me. I am very quirky. It's so funny because if anybody watched me, like, I seem very demure and proper or whatever, and I am. But, like, once someone gets to know me, I am very bubbly and very quirky. I am not like your average 33-year-old person. Like, I'm like an introverted extrovert, which is an ambivert. But I am very... Anyways, I'm just going... Okay, let me see. Number 2. This is deceit. It says... Let's read what it says. You are at risk of being deceived at this time. Pay close attention to what you are being told and trust your intuition if you sense what you're hearing from others is not truthful. Bro, I'm going to be honest. I'm just going to use my personal experience. There's something that I'm starting that I'm not really too familiar with. I'm not... Because I'm not in that world. And there's a lot that comes with that world. And, I don't know. Like, I feel like it is a message for everybody collectively, but I also feel like for me, because I'm considering partnering with, like, a certain, like, agency or group of people to help me get this venture off the ground. And really, at the end of the day, I looked it up. I was like, they don't have a website. I don't know much about them. And I can't just trust something blindly just because someone says it, you know. And it's my creative, like, intellectual property that I'd be putting my things in their hands. So it's kind of like, I think I'm going to tell them no. This is like a confirmation from God. Like, do not go through with it. Because, like, it says deception, dishonesty, fraud, cheating. Yeah, so... Where's deceiving you? So deceit, ending, work, celebration. So, let's see, work. Work seems pretty straightforward. It says deceit, ending, work, celebration. 20. You're in the beginning stage of a huge growth period in your career or in business. What you have been doing until now has brought you to this point where promotion or expansion is possible. This is what I'm reading about. Have faith in what's to come. You are on the correct path to building a sound and solid future. Continue to work steadily and with focused determination, discipline, and commitment to your intended goal. You can be confident in a successful outcome. You may not see immediate results from your efforts, but know in your heart that the work you do now will bear much fruit later. Much like planting a garden, you are planting and cultivating the seeds of success. That makes sense. So be mindful because, and this could be for someone, it could be in a relationship, it could be in a job, but because it came out, so this is the way it came out. Deceit, this is at first the way it came out. Work ending. That's the first, how it came out. Deceit, work ending, like that. But I put it deceit, ending, work. So be mindful in your business affairs because someone may be trying to trick you or deceive you into doing something that's not going to be beneficial or lucrative for you. You know, just if you're going to sign anything like a contract, and it's so funny, I swear to God, there's so many parallels going on to my situation right now. But then what happens here is work, it says celebration. So something good, ending something will open a new door for a new beginning, which over here it says new beginning, right? So I would also say stay true to yourself. Don't do something that denies you or your morals, right? Because, and I could wholeheartedly attest to this because, like, it's something I'm doing right now. I'm like, does it align with me and who I am? But the way I want to go about it is it would have that Ashley touch, you know, like that. Everything I do it with a certain level of, like, finesse and grace and dignity, and the world I'm kind of entering, it lends itself to having that, if that makes sense. In fact, a lot of it is more raunchy and promiscuous and, like, you know, it's almost like, and I don't know if I should mention it, so I'll mention it in another video, but it's very much aligned with, like, provocative behavior. No, you can't jump up now, River. My dog wants to jump up on the bed. But the industry is very, so me as a person, I would not necessarily fit the bill of what this industry is, essentially, because I'm not raunchy, I'm not lewd, I'm not salacious, I'm not anything like that. So, Yeah, so if there's something that's kind of like, if you sense someone's being dishonest with you, or it might just be mindful of that. I'm sorry, my ear is ringing right now. I sometimes get like what they call tinnitus, but it'll go, but when I press my ear, it goes away. So I'm good. But on the flippity flop side, it says, so there are going to be people. So as you step into your power, right? Because it says here, power, thriving, new beginnings, going forward, right? As you step into your power and you start to thrive and you have success in that, there is going to be people who are going to try to oppose that, this new life, this new beginning, right? For you. But those people are, you're gonna clear, like when it says community purification or healing chaos and purity, it kind of, so there's a community purity over here. There's the word clearing, right? Clearing out negative energy, clearing out negative, like bad karma, whatever. I'm hearing like chakra cleansing. If you're like yoga helps with that actually a lot. Getting grounded within yourself. I'm sorry, Bibber. I can't have you jump up now, Bibber. I do actually. I want to. So, I'm gonna pull from that deck too. But it says surprise, creativity, unconditional love. So someone may gift you something or surprise you with something to help you on your journey, because it says surprise, creativity, unconditional love. Someone may show like support for you along that journey. I don't know. I'm just reading it as it comes out. I don't know. I'm just the messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. You know, they say don't shoot the messenger. Bro, the song I shot the sheriff. What's that song? But I did not shoot the deputy. Why is that that literally just came in my head? Because I said don't shoot the messenger. I shot the sheriff, but I did not. Or sheriff. Why did that come up into my head? I don't know. Hopefully you're not someone that, special message for someone. If you're a police officer, be careful, because someone may want to deceive you. I don't know why that's coming out. Weird message. So when you're psychic, intuitive and stuff, sometimes the most random ass messages come out. But since that song came into my head, and this is like literally it's saying deceit, opposition, maybe there's someone, I don't know, maybe you're a police officer and you're witnessing deception, but you don't want to. Just be careful, because someone may want to. This is a specific message. I don't know. Someone may want to do something to you. But hey, look, it says right here, power, thriving, healing chaos, resourceful. Look, thunder. Sometimes it's hard to step into your power, because what's going to happen is that there will be people who literally will oppose you, right? And try to deceive you to keep you stuck. But you have to choose. Vani, excuse me, no, baby. My dog wants to legit jump on. This is my dog right now. She is trying to find a way to jump onto the bed. She's on the, like, right here. Like, I literally have all, look at these cards. That's my notebook. That's my iPad. That's my pencil case. And then me trying to organize this hot mess. Now it's getting hot. I'm going to turn off my heater. Eee. Oh, I forgot to see these cards. So these were in the other deck. But alchemy, offering. Those look like coins. Alchemy, it says, may you find your gold. And then it says offering. That came out in another deck too before. Maybe someone's going to offer you something. I don't know. Those look like pennies. Those are coins. So, I don't know. Maybe someone's going to offer you like a gift. It does say surprise. It says surprise, creativity, unconditional love. So, and rescue too. That came out too. Rescue. Clearing out negative karma, cutting ties with people who no longer serve you, deceit, ending of deceit, or deceptive people, deceptive energies, you deceiving yourself. Okay, hold on. I was going to turn my heater off. Is it on? No, the heater's off. I'm sorry, Bibber. My dog really wants to like jump up on the thingy. Hold on, I'm going to take a swig. I sound like a buccaneer. Like, you know when the pirates, the pirates are like, I'm gonna take a swig of oh, a swig of rum. Is that what pirates drink? Rum? That's according to Pirates of the Caribbean. I don't know. I don't want to stereotype. But this did fall on the floor. Alchemy and this one. So it says, may you find your gold, may you honor the earth. Boop! Moving forward. Oh, and once you do this, it says on the back of the deck, success. Balance, rest, prayer. Prayer is important. Success, balance, success. See, literally, success came out over here. Divine glow is kind of like success when you think about it. Any hoosers. ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? ¿Qué más? Oh, we're gonna do this one. This is the Energy Spirit Oracle deck. Look, we're not even at an hour yet. It's only 46 minutes. I thought this was gonna be like an hour and a half long with all the cards that I pulled out. Overall, there are good vibes. Overall, it does say deceit, but I will say be careful. There's gonna be people who oppose you in this new beginning that you're doing. They're not gonna agree with it. Just be careful in a certain business venture because there may be people who are trying to trick you or deceive you. But if you end it, whatever it is, it's going to end. I mean, either God will force, like, either you'll end it, like, on your own volition, or if not, God will what's the word? The universe will conspire, will do things to make sure that that doesn't come to fruition. Whatever that is, that thing. But it says work celebration. See, look, these are very like blue-green vibes, right? And then you have over here work celebration. And then also too, this came out too, so life force. These are very red, fiery colors. So life force, let's read the life force one really quickly and then we'll move on to the... Where's my book? Oh, sorry. Ah! Life force, 41. I have a headache all of a sudden. See, this is midday. It's only 4:42, and now I want to take a nap. But you know what's bad about that? Is if I take a nap now, then I'm going to wake up at 9 o'clock at night, and then I'm going to want to make my churrasco steak, because I didn't make my churrasco steak yesterday. And then, because I tried to make chimichurri sauce. Chimichurri is like an Uruguayan, Argentinian, like a sauce you put for like bread, steak, chicken, whatever. I used to eat it a lot growing up in Miami. There's a lot of Argentinian influence in Miami, by the way. And if you're someone that's never been to Miami, brace yourself. Because it's definitely not for the faint of heart. I mean, some places are more subtle. Like if you go to Pinecrest, like Fort Lauderdale is pretty cool. You know, Fort Lauderdale is fun, bro. Fort Lauderdale is like Las Olas, Tampa. Northern Florida is more low-key. Like, they're more like Broward or whatever. If you go to, like, when you go down and you're like, you know, you hit like Miami Beach, South Beach, Coconut Grove, you're gonna see some eclectic people. I always tell myself I resonated more. It's funny because I unintentionally ended up traversing the New England coast. So on my bucket list I had put that I wanted to do a road trip up, like, you know how they have the Pacific Coast Highway in California, like, you know, the West Coast. Like, I wanted to do a road trip years ago when I was like a little girl. I wanted to go up, I wanted to see Cape Cod. I wanted to go, because I watched Gilmore Girls, I wanted to walk around Harvard and Yale, because that's where the character of Rory Gilmore, she wanted to go to Harvard, and she ended up going to Yale. I wanted to go to Maine. And but I didn't get to do it because I was like, oh, I want to go on a vacation. I did it because I literally just, it happened that way, because I moved out away from my home. Anyways, as I was saying, so we're going to really quickly life force, because it says celebration, life force, work, celebration, life force. Life force, it says seduction, libido, sexuality, attraction. Your sexuality and sensuality are awakening, and your passion and appetites are in search of satisfaction. You're attractive, seductive, powerful, and flashing a green light of bro. Oh, the universe. Because literally, this is like it's my life. This is what makes the green light of availability to a sexual or sensual partner. This is what makes the world go round, and nothing is more intriguing and exciting than your life force. So the life force, this is a naked woman on here. Interesting. And she's holding a fire. Like fire awakening. So when we talk about in yoga, we have these different things called chakras. These are like energy centers in your body, and you have your, I should know this, root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, crown chakra. I was trying to remember my chakras. I did a yoga teacher training it was 2016, right? That's years ago. That'll be, oh my god, 2016 to 2026. That'll be 10 years. So it was 9 years ago. And that's where I learned about chakras. But one of them, so this is giving me heavy, like, sacral chakra vibes. Anyways, it says, this is what makes the world go round, and nothing is more intriguing and exciting than your life force asserting itself. The key to enjoying this fiery essence is containment. Control and direct your life force energy rather than allowing it to control and overwhelm you. Delight in your sensual self, but be discriminating about where it leads you. Use your judgment. Raw life force is best partnered with reason and love. Enjoy the sensual forces pulsing through your being as you unleash your passions, but use your life force responsibly, not recklessly. Use your fiery passions creatively and intelligently. Align them with your heart and mind and not your body alone. That's legit, bro, like how I go about sensuality. Like, literally, bro, I shouldn't have just thrown that. I should be much more respectful for my things and my possessions. I literally just was like, Wah. I'm going to be much more respectful of that. So, yeah. But as you do this, just be mindful, because apparently people want to oppose this asserting of sensuality and whatever-ness. Anyways, okay, moving forward. This solitude, pleasure. Okay, I need to clean up all these cards. Oh my god. But as you do this, like it says, you'll step into your leadership. And go on adventures. Going on adventures is apparently very warranted. Or suggested to explore communities, new people, new cultures and things. And as you do this, you will be protected. Take action to do this, and things will transform. And it also says to go on a voyage. If you go on this voyage, you will find truth, and you will be in a state of flow and relaxation. And delight. Apparently, that's what it says. I don't know. That's what it's in the other card deck. But let's see, the energy spirit cards. I have a headache now, which is great. Maybe I drank too much coffee. I don't know. I do feel a little bit more hyped right now. I feel hyped, but then the sugar is gonna, because I do put sugar in my coffee. I put like 3 or 4 like spoonfuls of sugar in my café con leche. Well, without the leche, just the coffee part. I need to sit up straight because I'm schlumping. Okay, so let's see. Back of the deck. Conscious steps, considered action, looking forward, which is very similar to this one. Going forward, moving forward. Creation, creativity, creating something new, planting a seed. Those are the back of the deck, but let's keep shuffling. Oh, I just threw my card again. Okay. Let's keep going. Uh-oh. Interesting. I didn't expect, I don't know, I pulled cards and that's weird what came out. back of the deck, prosperity. There's like a beautiful castle that's like a yellow brick road kind of situation paved with gold. I don't know. It's a really pretty card though. It's like a legit castle. Like legit castle with gold, and it says prosperity. And then it says family tree up from the depths. This gives me like releasing difficulty, family tree, divine presence, mindfulness, phase entanglement, confusion. This is what initially popped out. I'm sorry if you don't think it's appropriate that I'm sitting with my leg like this. It's more comfortable. It says mindfulness, phase entanglement, confusion. So usually this card means like gossip, community gossip, mean girls, people talking shit about someone else. Because look how angry this girl's, like, she's listening, they're gossiping, and then this girl's the odd one out right over here, and they're talking. She's like, oh no, what's... So apparently there might be there, and then people might be talking about stuff and creating confusion surrounding that in your life. This may be causing some sort of mental distress or stress in you or anxiety. But what it's saying is to remain grounded and have a peaceful mind. Like to disregard the chatter and stuff that's whatever and stay focused on your goals and yourself. It does say, though, clearing family difficulty somewhere. It literally, it says family tree, releasing difficulty. So maybe there's, like, hardships in the family or something going on. Relative to, because look, it says prosperity and kinship. That's like community gathering. Kinship could be kindred, like family. I don't know. We'll see. I need to get more cards relative to this. Let's ask for clarity because... No. Oh, I just said mental clarity. Teacher. Okay, I'm gonna go with these. Healing heart, thought vibrations, freedom, currents of it. So if you feel overwhelmed by emotion because of some sort of gossip or, I don't know, some poop people or pettiness, this is giving a lot of, like, people starting rumors, vibes and stuff, or talking shit or whatever. If this is causing, like, emotional distress over here, like, you know, currents of emotion, like, if this is causing a thunderstorm or like waves in your mind or whatever, just know what it's saying is to remain mindful, like practice mindfulness, practice like chakra balancing and healing like your inner, you know, your heart. Because the thing is, so one thing I've learned from being bullied and stuff is that like no one can fuck with someone. If you're a kind person, if you're a nice person and you treat people with respect and kindness, people can't talk shit about you. Like, they can try, like, people can start rumors, smear campaigns, whatever, but if your character speaks for itself, and I'm not talking like, oh, someone talks poorly about you, so you go and donate to charity, because they say you're selfish and greedy, or you try to counteract what they're saying by being fake, but, like, trying to, like, save face, like, that kind of thing. I mean, like, genuinely doing stuff from the heart. Meaning, like, anything that you do it with love, and you do it with positive intention, because look how beautiful that card is. That's like a radiating golden yellow sunflower of a heart, right? No one can fuck with that. Nobody can. You can't fuck with somebody, and I'm sorry for saying the word fuck, but you can't mess with somebody who's so deeply rooted and grounded in love. You can't. Because the thing is that love, that unconditional love, is protected by, like, external forces. Like, it even says there's a card here that said protection. I don't know where it is, but it's kind of that idea, right? And remaining in this thought vibration of, like there's that quote, I know I've said this so many times. It's so true though, and I'm not saying it because she's like a key political figure or highly influential. It's because it's true. When people go low, when they stoop low to try to trigger you or provoke you, which is going to align with the next video that I have that I want to do about the let them theory. If you stay positive in a negative situation, you win. Because bullies and people that provoke or they talk shit, you know, they gossip and start rumors and stuff, the reason why they do that is because they themselves feel petty and small. So to feel superior, they pick on someone they know is more vulnerable, more inferior, because they know that person's not going to fight back, right? Like if you look at this girl here, she looks resentful. She's like, what's going on? She has her back turned, but she's listening. And this girl's all excited. She's all like, ooh, what's going on? We're going to talk shit. And she's like, okay, whatever, you know. But if you keep, there's a song that Kendrick Lamar came out with a song, I don't know if it's Waced Out Mural or Whacked Out Murals, or Whack Murals. And he says, he goes, here's motivation if you wonder how I did it. Yeah, going up your rank. Know you a God even when they say you ain't. Keep your head down. Work hard just like I do. But understand everybody ain't gonna like you. Keep your head down and work like I do. And understand everybody ain't gonna... And it's true though. Because what happens is when you start to try to... First of all, if you become defensive, people are gonna automatically go, oh, that person's guilty. But the thing is, people will roast their own goose, because karma's a bitch. Like, what I've learned is that people, whether it's a year from now, 2 years from now, whatever, they will roast their own goose, because that energy that they put out talking shit about you, that has to go somewhere. And if you're protected by the divine or God, guess what's going to happen? Boom! All that shit. There's a thing in the spirituality community called return to sender, and what happens is when someone talks shit or whatever, and they try to cause emotional distress and disruption in you, but cause confusion, right? Emotional distress and confusion. What's going to happen is that if you remain grounded and mindful, right, in a state of peace or flow, you let that prana and that chi flow, that shit can't touch you. Which literally the next card was freedom. And another card that came out, well, that's thought vibrations and achievement. Meaning, like, you will succeed. Because the thing is, when people try to ensnare you or entrap you in limited mindsets or negative thinking, they're trying to do that because they want to bring you down to their level because they're not happy. Right? They're not happy. So if they see someone that's happy, successful, thriving, positive, it's almost like when you think of like a moth to a flame. You're the burning flame, right? And then you have these little flies that come and they're like, oh, I want to attach, you know, but yeah, and usually the moths end up dying, but like it's kind of that it's the idea of energy harvesting and siphoning, and right, it's like people want that because when they see that you've healed and see that you're happy and whole, they're like, well, how can I come? Because they're not settled in their emotions, right? They don't know how to emotionally self-regulate. They don't know how to cope. So what do? They talk shit. Or, worse, they turn to things like drugs, sex, you know, yeah. And some of us weren't blessed with that self-awareness or discernment or proper coping skills and techniques, so things that like drugs or gambling, they look really attractive, right? Because they put a temporary band-aid over a larger wound, right? Metaphorically speaking. So then people start to gravitate towards these things because they feel better, because it gives them a short-term release or short-term gratification or pleasure, right? But I would say stay away if there's someone trying to talk shit. Like, stay away from that. If it's causing you confusion, where's the card? It was the card with the heart on it. Oh. Let's see what this says. The healing heart. Let's see what it says. Number 9. This card brings bountiful joy and hope at this time. You may have had blocks to love before, but those old frustrations and pains are being resolved. Your optimism about love is increasing. Oh, this is more about love, I guess. Is it romance? I wasn't taking it like that, though. New love, abundant friendship, and tenders. Okay. Oh, well, I was reading it different. I was taking it like be kind, stay loving, and whatnot. So maybe I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. It's up to interpretation for the receiver, because I'm the messenger. I'm not, But I will say move on from it. It says freedom, moving on, letting go. Let go of resentment. Let go of. I'm so curious. I want to read what. Where's the book? Oh my god, it's so messy. 33, phase entanglement. Oh, whether you're around happy or unhappy people, you can carry their vibration when you leave their presence. There may be someone in your environment who's anxious, depressed, critical, or pessimistic. When you're around them, it drags you down, and when you leave, you bring that negative energy home with you. This is a natural reaction, but this card is telling you to reduce your exposure to these people as much as possible. I literally said energy harvesting and siphoning, and the next thing it says is it's difficult enough to keep yourself optimistic without these energetic vampires making it even more so, because there are going to be people who are going to come into your life and they're going to try to harvest your energies. So it says to fix this, to remedy this, it says set boundaries, ask the angels to surround you, and counter the negativity with positive and hopeful statements. It's your life. Choose to spend your time with joyous and supportive people. Bro, this is literally, because I'm such a giver. Like, I overextend myself all the time, and that's because it's hard for me to say no, so I'm trying to practice setting boundaries and stuff. Literally, that's like so... Let's pull one more card, but not from this one. And then I need to put all my cards away. We are gonna use the Saints and Angels deck, excuse me, because I feel like we need to. We need to get like one final card or message to just kind of sum up and close the whole thing. Vision. This is what popped out. Vision. When I see the word vision, I think of like the Marvel superhero Vision. I don't know what his power was. I think he's like a bionic man or something. I believe. I don't feel like that one's appropriate. Let's see. Any other cards to sum up? Oh! Okay, here we go. Back of the deck. Emotions. Stress management. Goes along with healing heart, right? Healing heart, thought vibrations, mindfulness. What came out says vision, move, be brave. Move can either mean like a physical move, like relocate, or it can mean like moving your body physically, like exercise. And then it says be brave. It says vision, so I want to read what they say. Vision, move, be brave. Does this come with a book? Yes, it does. Is this in alphabetical order? Please tell me it is. Please tell me this is alphabetical. H. Yes, I think it is. RCUVW. I feel so stupid. I'm sometimes, even now when I do math, I'm like, I still have to go with my fingers. I know that sounds really bad, but like, I do. Okay, vision. This is a message about honoring your vision. It asks you to trust the mental images that you're receiving as their answers to your prayers. Your prophetic visions will bring blessings to you and your loved ones. You know that they're heaven inspired because of their loving nature. Only follow the messages that ask you to act on behalf of God's love. Your guardian angel is helping you clearly see the truth within your present situation. This involves a dual perspective. First, hold the intention to see the divine light within everyone and everything. This helps the highest possible outcome to occur. Have faith. Second, allow yourself to see the earthly and human truth of this situation. Is someone or something out of balance with integrity? This can also be a message from your angels to have your physical vision checked or corrected. Prayer can help by healing your sight and also by leading you to the best optometrist or other eye care professional. Maybe get your eyes checked out. Maybe I need to get my eyes checked out. I do see flashes of light here and there sometimes. Like when I close my eyes, it's something, I don't know, or when I open them, I see flashes of light, but it's nothing too bad. It says, your angels surround your physical and spiritual vision with light. Look through their... I was like, is my dog still there? So yeah, keep your vision. This is sticking out to me, is someone or something out of balance with integrity. So hold true to your vision, and if your vision doesn't align with someone else's vision, then maybe there's like an imbalance. So, be mindful of that. Look, right after that says wise decision in the book. So make a wise decision when it comes to your vision, maybe physically and spiritually. And then it says move. It says, this is a message about moving. Most likely, it means that you'll soon be moving to a new home. You've been considering the possibility. I am actually I'm very much considering trying to move. It's just financially I don't really have the means to do so right now. So, but it says you've been considering the possibility, and this is validation of that idea. The angels will help you locate to a wonderful new home and assist with the details of leaving your present location. Give any worries about this issue to heaven and have faith that the finances, family concerns, and other issues will be taken care of. It's also a message about moving your body more. The angels ask you to create movement in your life through physical motion. You can do this by swaying, this is this card, by swaying or dancing to music, exercising, hiking outdoors, playing with your children, and so on. If you have children, go outside and play with them. Take the iPad away. Let them play. That rhymes. Take the iPad away, let them play. Little plug and side note and anecdote. If you look up in the American Academy of Pediatrics, screen time should be limited, especially from ages 2 and under. Just a little tidbit. I felt like that needed to be said, because a lot of kids now are literally growing up with iPads and screens and stuff, and I get it, it's a quick fix, but I worked in a NICU, and I saw nurses using DVD players for babies who had no freaking clue what was going on. They're just seeing moving shapes and colors, and that actually, what I learned from doing my paper when I was doing my master's degree, was that contributes to disorganization and erratic kind of cognitive functioning in the brain, because they're seeing so many different little colors and things. They don't even understand plot lines or storylines. So if you're a parent, that's a message for you. Put the iPad away. No, go outside and play. I was trying to rhyme it. But yeah, it says move your body, or you may actually move to a new place. And what it says, move, and then it says be brave. So if you're afraid to move, like actually move somewhere, take the plunge and be brave, because apparently it's going to lead to new beginnings and success. So that's all I have. Any other messages? Relax, flow, truth, voyage, transformation, action, protection. I don't know. There was one card that did fall on the floor. Oh, and stay inspired. That's, I think, key. Always stay inspired and be resourceful. And with that, you will alchemize. And then also go for the gold, because it literally says, may you find your gold. And yeah, when you do so, you will have abundance and prosperity. Wasn't there a prosperity card here somewhere? Oh, it was the one with the castle and stuff. Oh, and never doubt that miracles can occur, also. Just a little quote, fun quote, which I have on my wall. It says, miracles start to happen when you give as much energy to your dreams as you do to your fears. Because so when you talk about energy and vibration, so there's a card here, thought vibrations. Boom! Let me read it. That's the last thing we'll do, is I'm going to read that one. Because the thing is, thoughts are things. So if you continue beating the drum of a situation, that's your present reality is going to reflect that, right? What goes on internally will reflect externally outward from you, right? So if you want to change your situation, change the way you think. That's why it says literally you want to give as much energy to your dreams as so, because if you focus on what you don't have and lack, that's what you're going to attract back. If you focus on abundance and good things, that's what you're going to attract. But let's see really quickly before we end it. It says thoughtful vibrations. Like a satellite in space, your mind is sending and receiving signals in every direction. The vibrations of your thoughts and beliefs never cease projecting and receiving. This is a very real energetic influence on what you attract. I really have to go to the bathroom right now. Attract and manifest, a powerful force in your present and future happiness. It's easy to say that your cognitive patterns create your reality, but how much do you really think about your ongoing thought process? This card is telling you that you now have the power to bring much more positivity and self-love into your thinking. In fact, your mental power is growing more than ever. Consciously send out clear and attractive signature signals, and the world will return your loving messages to you. So what it's saying is that give out like love and you'll get that back. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That's it. I'm all this. Look at this hot mess. That is a hot mess. That is a hot mess of a bed, and I don't mean in a sexy way. I mean like in a disorganized way. This is legit like a. But I was doing a reading, so there was a lot of that came out. But if anything, alchemize, and you'll be once you alchemize, you're gonna manifest abundance, and be proactive too. Take the steps necessary to do that. And move. Apparently it says to move. Like move your body and actually physically relocate. I can't relocate yet because I don't have the funds to do so. And I don't want to put in a credit card because that would be stealing. I've learned that because I didn't realize when you have a credit card, you have a credit line that, which I kind of did today, kind of sort of, with my Stitch Fix clothes. Because this shirt is so cute. It's so blue. It reminds me of like Cinderella blue, you know, like in her dress. Or Sleeping Beauty's dress. And I wanted to get it because I'm very big on manifesting, so I'm like, okay, I want to wear things that bring me joy, but then technically I don't really have the funds for it, but I'm like, I know I'll make it up for it and I'll pay it back eventually, but making a move is like a big deal. But yeah, it's encouraging that. So that's it. I'm gonna clean up all my stuff now, but excuse me, I hope that helps somebody, and maybe it might be a message for me, it might be a message for you. But either way, go forth with love and peace and be creative and follow your passions. And if you're bored at your job and people are lying in your job and deceiving you, maybe it's time to leave. Hopefully recorded, I don't know.